Ping Lacson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm not actually interpolating, but I would just like to make a short manifestation. And it is in regard to the situation in Pag-asa Island. I was there last Saturday, and I found out that there's only one elementary school, two elementary school teachers, multi-grade actually teachers, catering to 34 students, coming from 54 households, because there are only 193 living souls in the island. So my concern, Mr. President, distinguished sponsor, is that if there is only one elementary school and there are only two teachers, what will happen to the children after finishing grade 6 actually? Because the nearest place to study high school is Puerto Princesa, which will take several days to reach. So I think this is a cause for concern because after grade 6, wala na, tapos na. Wala na kinabukasan yung bata. So I'm just wondering what the department can do in this situation. Probably we can put up under your last mile schools program. It's either we put up a high school building or integrate na lang natin. But we should also hire at least one teacher, multi-grade din, na tumulong magturo from kindergarten to high school man lang.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm very interested in that scenario because it's very similar to the villages that I visit in the mountain, in the Cordilleras, in the mountainous areas in the north. There are multi-level schools. Sometimes there are not multi-level, but sometimes there are multi-level schools for grade school, and then they have to travel either by foot for 2 to 4 hours to the high school, or more often than not, they would then have to dorm, which I feel is very difficult, no? Because they would only be in junior high, 13 years old, they'll already have to dorm. The answer of DepEd here, Your Honor, is that they will go with the age of the children. So if there are high school students already, then they will already include that for the building. I think that is the plan, but the reality is we will find, like I said, in the mountain villages that I visited, wala talagang high school. So they are forced to, they can't go up and down 2 hours a day. So they are forced to live. So, but the plan is that there should be high schools there. So parang creating integrated schools,
Yes,
Your
in
Honor.
the meantime that there's no facility for high school education, probably yung integration, okay, then using the same facility, but
Yes.
at least we should add one teacher
Yes, for the
in
high
the
school
area.
level, Your Honor.
For
Yes.
high school level.
Agree, Your
Even
Honor.
elementary to high school.
Yes.
Para lang,
Yes, and Your Honor, I personally am very familiar with the multi-level grading because my children went to school in a multi-level. So walang problema doon. Pero nga yung specialization ng high school, medyo iba na dun sa younger children. So we agree, Your Honor.
yes, thank you very much, distinguished sponsor. Kasi 193 people, but they're still Filipinos, di ba?
Yes, opo.
Na-
We need to. And
My
I do
second-
believe that we learned from COVID also that yung flexible learning magagamit din sa kanila.
Yes, thank you.
The use of technology and so on and so forth.
Another concern is yung special hardship allowance. I wonder how much the two teachers in Pag-asa are receiving in terms of special hardship allowance, because there are some criteria being followed as per DBM circular issued this year. So
So depending on there are different grades, but the maximum is 25% of the salary.
that's one per year, no?
Yeah, over the whole year. Over the whole year. So yung monthly po nila will also go up.
So would the two teachers qualify?
In Pag-asa,
Kasi kung kasama yung hardship in teaching or terrain is not a problem because they also live there.
the basis of the hardship allowance to be categorized to get that hardship extra is based geographically on the location of the school. So that appears to be included, Your Honor.
Yes. Plus the other criteria to mention, yung availability of temporary learning spaces, level of poverty, and access to basic amenities.
Yes.
Maraming kulang doon. So, yun lang po, and I would just like to get the assurance ng DepEd. Probably maliit lang namang halaga ang kailangan dito. We don't need to introduce amendment anymore to the 2022 budget kasi meron naman silang last mile schools program na pwedeng paggamitan.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I just brought that to the attention of the body through you to the DepEd, Department of Education, para lang maatinan na immediately. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, distinguished sponsor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to our colleague from